Welcome to Work Reborn, live from Barcelona, brought to you by Lenovo. Work Reborn is a research series surveying over 600 senior IT leaders worldwide to uncover the key to creating a productive digital workplace. Last report, we talked about using AI to work smarter and stay safer. Now we're moving from AI readiness to AI reality, where technology and human connection are reshaping how we work and thrive in this new era of work, or as we like to call it, Work Reborn. Let's get started. Welcome to the podcast, Thato. How are you doing today?
I'm blessed and highly favored. I'm in a good place, and here we are at Gardener, so I'm happy.
Yes, we're in a beautiful location, Barcelona. How have the last few days of the event been for you?
What can I say? Good food, beautiful women, beautiful people. It's just been overall excellent.
Just living your best life.
Best life. That's what
amazing.
it's about.
That's
Yep,
amazing.
100%.
Well, I would love to hear a little bit more about you, who you are, what you do, your organization. Let's have our listeners have an understanding of
All right.
who is Thato, Mr. T, all
yeah.
about.
Well, Mr. T, as they call me at work, really comes from South Africa. And I represent a university known as Northwest University, which has got about 3 campuses, and I'm the IT director for service delivery across the 3 campuses. That's in Mahikeng, that's in Potchefstroom, and Vanderbijl Park. So my main mission there is to ensure that whatever requests come through or problems that people have, we solve them. So basically I'm a problem solver. So in that manner, I've got a number of teams reporting to me, and that's what we really do. We receive problems and we resolve them. That's
Have you
in
been
a
doing this role for a couple of years now?
Oh, yeah. Look, I got employed by Northwest University since last year, February. But before that, I was at another institution for 17 years.
Wow.
So this is just a continuation of the same,
Just the next era of
Just
that.
the next era, 100%.
Well, I really wanted to get an understanding of your experience. You've been doing this for many years.
Yeah.
Over the past year, we've seen a major shift from preparing for AI, like the idea of it, to actually operating with it in the digital workplace.
Yeah.
What's been the most surprising reality check for you in your organization as you move from AI readiness to AI reality inside of your team?
Well, look, it's been interesting in that, yes, we've been talking AI all this time. And I think if you look at AI as it stands, no one really knew what does it actually entail, And one of the things that has been of great concern for many people has really been about, is AI going to really replace me? If I take an example from our country, South Africa, one would have thought, when it comes to the digital, things will take a while before they actually develop there. But take McDonald's for an example. Unfortunately, it did not wait for us. You used to have about 7 cashiers, and now there's only 1 cashier, the rest is digital. The same thing with the university where, yes, we went from AI readiness. Again, we're not sure what that meant. Now we're actually using something like Copilot, and we are trying to find ways to make it actually practical and pragmatic. So we're at a place where we find ourselves saying, this thing can help us with the tools and perhaps replacing some of the PAs and so forth. But what do you do with the people who then get replaced by these things? For instance, with the service desk, how does one go about automating using AI, but at the same time ensuring people don't lose their jobs? So that's always on the horizon. That's always on my mind. And it's really about get your people trained in such a way that at least they can interact and work with it. But as we stand, that concern of people being replaced is real. And it's really about how do we prepare for that now. So that's where we are on our journey as we speak.
Yeah, and I think it's leaders like you that are leading the way to make sure that that blend of human and efficiency is achieved.
Correct.
In your opinion, and what's your hot take on what you think the future of work looks like? What does Work Reborn mean to you?
That's an interesting one. One, when you think about the gig economy, especially with the younger generation, one has to say, take note of the new generation that's coming in, whether it be X, Y, Z, or I generation as they call them. They've got a very different outlook to how other people who I'll call I don't want to be an ageist, but there are people who want to see you in the office every day.
Yeah.
Versus this generation that says, why do I have to wake up and be there? I actually don't want to work for you. I want to work with you. So what does work look like really? It's really about, can we get people to get the work done? They don't necessarily have to be 100% there. But if they can deliver from the beachside, why not? So the way work is now compared to how it was back then, remember back then, the tools of trade were at work. So if you're not showing up at work, you're not putting in the work. But now you've got a computer, you've got an internet connection, you can do what needs to be done from wherever. So which means our mind needs to change. And I think the way work will be in the future is allow people to work from wherever they are. Don't take them as full-time employees. As long as they can deliver on what you want, that's all you need, and that's it.
100%.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Thato, for joining me on the podcast. Your insights have been valuable. You're one of the over 600 leaders now that has shared your voice on what this next era of work looks like. So we really value that. If anyone is interested in learning more about Work Reborn, make sure you click the link in the description below to grab yourself a copy and scan the QR code on the screen if you are watching us on YouTube to get a copy for yourself. And that's a wrap. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to Work Reborn, powered by Lenovo. Lenovo is turning readiness into reality, empowering people, technology, and businesses to move forward together. If you've enjoyed this episode, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on Apple or Spotify to continue the conversation on how we're bringing new life to the modern workplace. Thanks for watching.
Lenovo.